My name is Megan Ross and I'm studying a Bachelor of Psychology at Monash University. I was on the VCE Honour Roll for Psychology, and today we're going to be going through some research methods, specifically measures of central tendency as well as standard deviation. So we're going to start off by having a quick recap between the difference between descriptive statistics and inferential statistics, as I think this is quite meaningful. And then we're going to move on to central measures of tendency as well as standard deviation. So to start off, descriptive statistics are used for analysing, organising and describing results. So this includes things such as tables, graphs, central tendency, as well as our standard deviation. In contrast, our inferential statistics are used to interpret and give meaning to the results. So we use this to make generalizations as well as conclusions. So in this sense, our descriptive statistics are saying what we have. So it is about our results and what our sample has. When our inferential statistics are talking about what this means for the wider population. Now moving on to our measures of central tendency, there are three that we'll go through. So we have the mean, which is the average, we have the median, which is the middle number, and we have the mode, which is the most repeated number. Now I'm going to run through an example, which will hopefully give you some understanding about what this means. So here is a number set. So this could be the ages of our sample, it could be the scores on an intelligence test, it doesn't really matter, we're going to treat them the same no matter what they are. So to work out the average, we're going to add all of these numbers together, which will give us 75, and then we're going to divide by the amount of numbers in the set. So in this case, there is 8 numbers in the set, so we're going to do 75 over 8, and this will give us 9.375. Now we're going to work out our median. So instead of adding all of these numbers together, we're actually going to rank them from smallest to largest. So here we've done that. And then we're going to use a formula to find our middle number. So this formula is n plus 1 over 2. So in this case, there are 8 numbers in the set, so n is equal to 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9, and then we're going to divide that by 2, which will then give us 4.5. Now, because we have 4.5, what we're going to do is we're going to add the fourth and fifth number together, and then we're going to divide by 2. So in this case, our fourth number is 12, and our fifth number is 16. So we're going to add them together and divide by 2, which will give us 14. So our median would then be 14. Now, looking at the mode is just the most repeated number. Now, there is only one number in this set that we've repeated more than once. So our mode would be 4. Now, if we have a look, all these central measures are quite different. The mean is 9.375, our median is 14, and our mode is 4. It is just because we're not really working with a symmetrical number set. There is no right answer to which one is best. In this case, we'd probably go with the mean. Moving on to our standard deviation. So it's a measure of variability, so how widely scores are spread around a central point. And standard deviation refers to how far scores are spread within a specific set. So I'm going to show you this graph. So this graph shows us job satisfaction ratings of 3 groups. At first glance, all of our central measures of tendency are the same. So our mean, median, and modes are the same because we're working with a symmetrical data point. But all the 3 colored lines will have the same central point. So we would assume by first glance that our results are very similar. However, if we break it down by standard deviation, we can see that there's quite contrasting results. So if we look at the blue lines, this is a standard deviation of 5. We can see that our results are really clumped between that 40 to 60% range. And if we look at the red line, which has a standard deviation of 10, which is double the blue one, we can see that our results are clustered between 25 and 75. If we look at the green line, which has a standard deviation of 20, which is double the red line, our results go all the way from 0 to 100. So you can see that our results are actually quite different here. The blue line has a bit more consistent results than the green line. So ideally, I guess we'd want the results from the blue line, because this has the most people satisfied, and we're not really getting people who are really unhappy with their job. We're getting them kind of in the middle. With the green line, though, there are people who really do enjoy this job. But yeah, you can definitely see how there is quite a contrast from these 3 groups, even though they have the same central measure of tendency.